you go on tour, Live Nation decides, hey, we can profit from this guy.
Sure. Yeah.
Not to impute low motives to Live Nation.
No, of course not. No,
But,
yes.
And so you bomb the first 2 nights. So then they called Jeff Ross, the Toastmaster General, to come in and save, which not stupid, actually.
No.
Did he do a good job?
He did a great job.
Yeah, of course
he did a great job. But what surprised me is that the set that he rolled out with, he showed up in a hazmat suit, like he was there to clean up the radioactive spill, right? Which he kind of was. And the crowd loved it. And his jokes were terrific. And I'm like, wow. And then I just figured then we get to the next city and he would come out with a different set. And he didn't. He just stuck to the ones he had assembled and built and they already killed. And he figured that the next city hadn't heard them yet, but everything was in the paper.
Because there's no internet or something.
Right, yeah. And he just stayed with it,
Ooh.
And then one night he couldn't make it. So, do you know who Chuck Zito is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chuck was helping me with security during the tour. And I said, Chuck, I think it's going to be funny if you come out and just take the podium and say, Jeff Ross couldn't make it tonight. So, I have his material and I'm just going to go through them one by one. And he did. And it bombed. But it bombed.
Wait, your security guy read Jeff Ross's set?
Yeah, wearing his leather jacket and the whole thing. Not Jeff's. Chuck's.
It's like so meta, actually. I would have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did enjoy it.
It's kind of high concept, though, really.
I was on stage.
For a stadium show.
Cracking up, yeah. Yeah, so Chuck Zito filled in for Jeff Ross.
So when you get off stage the first 2 nights when you bomb and people are throwing things at you, giving you the old Islamic shoe treatment. Like, what do your people say when you get back? They're like, "Good job, Charlie."
No, they were like, okay, we really have to sit down and figure out if there's any way, like, what it's going to cost you to issue like all of those refunds. They were,
refunds.
Yeah, actually, it was really just the first night. I was wrong about that because something did happen between Detroit and Chicago.
Something usually does.
Yeah, right. Between those two cities. Yeah.
Yes,
about
it's
it,
happening.
right? Especially on a tour bus,
yes.
right? No, so I said, okay, everything that we had planned, just leave it right where it belongs, in the toilet, where it wound up, in the sewer, in the gutter. We are scrapping everything. And they said, okay, all right, good start. Good, okay, cool, Sheen, you're reading the room, man. And so,
was it the shoes?
Yeah, partly it was that last high heel. And I said, I think I have a fix. And they were like, well, do you want to share it? I'm like, no, I don't have it yet. So I'm gonna ride the tour bus. I'm not gonna fly. I'm gonna take the bus from Detroit to Chicago by myself, and I just need a notepad and 2 pens. And I did. And I just rewrote the entire show alone on that trip, knowing that it was do or die, because I knew that tour was also, it was the child support tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cause Warner's was hanging on to all my dough. They were keeping my dough hostage because I'd violated all the morals clauses and they acted in bad faith, and therefore they didn't have to pay me what they owed me, And I was like, well, hold on a minute. Anyway, they ultimately had to, but I had to sue them to get my scratch. Yeah. How about that? So I couldn't.
I'm not surprised.
So anyway, so so I did go on that thing. There were some noble motives behind it, or motivation rather. Just to have some dough to, keep everybody housed and fed.
Right, because you have a big tribe.
Yeah, big enough. And so...
Bigger than average.
Yeah.
I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and plenty of room at any stage of it, at any table that we sit down at. There's plenty of room for everyone,
Beautiful.
Thank you. And so we get to Chicago, and so I go there in the morning, and they're like, "What are you doing here? The talent never shows up until 5 minutes for sound check or whatever." And I said, "I just need to see. I need to see the theater. I need to feel the building." They're like, "Okay."
So you have definitely heard about 8 Sleep by now. People are talking about the well-rested people are talking about it. It's a company with one mission: improve your sleep. and it is changing the way Americans get a good night's sleep. And trust me, they need it. So we just received word that their team is launching a new product. It's called the Pod 5. The Pod 5 is an original, totally innovative mattress cover plus a blanket that uses precision temperature control to regulate your body's sleep cycles and give you the perfect night's sleep. It ranges from 55 degrees for the cold plungers among you to the 110 degrees for the sauna fanatics. That means no matter what you prefer, you're covered. And the bottom line is you sleep better by up to an hour. It actually works. The pod also detects snoring and adjusts your bed's position to reduce or stop it. Whoa! Beleaguered ladies across America rejoice as one. Everyone here can tell you there's no better way to be alert, productive, and happy than by getting a good night's sleep, and 8 Sleep can help. Visit 8sleep.com/Tucker. Use the code Tucker to get $350 off your Pod 5 Ultra. If you don't like it, just return it within a month, but you're going to love it. 8sleep.com/Tucker. Where were you playing in Chicago? Do you remember?
I couldn't tell you at gunpoint.
Chicago Theater, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. It was vintage. It felt
That's I bet.
Right.
Yep.
So I basically decided that it was just going to be like with a moderator. Right.
Smart.
Yeah. And I said, I just need 2 chairs, just at the facing each other, just behind the curtain. And I wrote this letter, and I'm sure it's on video somewhere. And and I wrote, and I wanted the chairs just behind the curtain so I could walk out first, deliver this love letter to Chicago about what happened in Detroit, and the whole thing was a mislead about I've fought in the jungles of Vietnam. I've been through the hellscape of the volcanoes of just this whole like mythological just this thing where it felt like. And then the whole thing kind of ends with, and that was just opening night in Detroit. And I said, and then the whole place went nuts, and I knew I had him. And then the curtains parted, and we sat in the chairs, and we just talked about everything. We just talked about it.
How did it play?
It played great. And then everybody, all the Live Nation guys and, the agent types and everybody that was around, they were like, "You rescued the show, man. Good for you. You rescued the show."
Well, sincerely, good for you.
No, it was cool. And so we went with that, and then that kind of petered out because it wasn't like at the energy level that everyone was anticipating.
Because you weren't pivoting against disaster.
Exactly. Yeah. And then a little bit later that's when they brought Jeff in. Because they're like, okay, we got our our bearings. Let's ramp it up, but in a just in a sensible way, I think.
What did you think of working live like that?
It was exciting.
Yeah,
it was exciting. Yeah, and I made the decision to start entering from the back of the auditorium. Like they're
not from backstage, but from the audience side,
like from the exit door.
Yeah.
Just I don't know why. Just it was just cool. Just everybody was expecting me there, and I would run up the aisle, high-fiving everyone, and just to break it up, just to keep it.
It's
I don't
fun.
know. Yeah, no, it was a trip. I've seen the shows that you've done.
Yeah, no, I love it. I hope that whole form continues, whether I can participate in it or not.
Sure.
Because I think it's important for people to be physically present with each other.
You seem really comfortable in those situations.
Well, I like people.
Yeah,
I like to smell people. I don't like. That's my main problem with the internet is I think it just disaggregates people from actual people.
Sure.
There's a person there, but everyone's sort of reduced to his dumbest opinion or most provocative opinion. I'm not against those, obviously, but I think that's not the whole story about people. And I just like people. It's good to be with people. I like physical contact. I hate the COVID era because of its lack of physical contact. These are not like groundbreaking ideas, but no, I just like being with people.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. What's the point otherwise?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.